Hello everyone, it's the weekend. I'm your host Erin and I will be reading for all 12 signs from Spirit for the weekend of August 19th through August 21st. Let's get started and find out what messages Spirit has for you. And hello to you Capricorn, thank you for tuning in. Let's see what Spirit's saying for the weekend. We are starting with the 8 of Swords. We have the 10 of Swords. And then we have the 4 of Swords. So lots of challenge, lots of challenge for you this weekend, Capricorn. So starting out with that 8 of Swords, it's talking about a feeling of being trapped, not knowing when to move forward, feeling like you are kind of not sure when to move. So your sense of right timing is important to you, but it's just not coming to you. So what you need to do is stay strong and stick with it, and you will end up finding your way, the way that you are choosing to go. Now with the 10 of Swords, it's talking about a period of time where you have gone through some long troubles, some long distress, and now you have come to the end of that. There's a sense of finality for that issue. It's not something that you feel necessarily elated about how it turned out, but you are relieved that it is over. And in essence, you did win, but it doesn't feel like a win, if that makes sense to you. Like you are overcoming something that you have been working hard to overcome. And so therefore that long, arduous process that you had to go through to get to that end, well, it's an end and you did overcome, but you're feeling kind of in the middle of the road about it. So linking that with the 8 of Swords, saying that you've got that trapped feeling like you really haven't had a good, strong sense of right timing. Perhaps those two are talking to each other and saying that you do need to have more faith in yourself, basically. Start to trust in your sense of right timing to help pull you out of that funk. You know, like I said, it took a while to get to that victory, and it doesn't feel like one, but it is an accomplishment, so take it for what it is. And then with your 4 of Swords, it's saying that you need to take a break from your usual routine to recharge and re-energize yourself. So Capricorn, it's really important for you to take some time to pat yourself on the back, realize that this situation is over. Be very happy that it has ended for you in a positive way, even if you don't feel like it's really a victory. Definitely take it, and just appreciate that situation is over. And now it probably is time for you to take a little breather. Take a nice break from your normal routine. Take a break from whatever kind of process you were in to get this resolution. And definitely take some time for yourself, maybe a vacation, definitely some R&R, and that will also give you time to step back from your situation and be able to look at any new decisions. And it sounds like there's going to be some big ones coming. Give you that opportunity, Capricorn. That is what I'm seeing for you. And hello to you, Virgo. And now let's check it out and see what Spirit has to say for you this weekend. So we are starting with the Queen of Wands, the 2 of Cups, and the 10 of Wands. So starting with some action, ending with some action. And of course the 2 of Cups is the romance card. So with that emotion right in the middle of that action, let's take a look at your first card, your Queen of Wands. And she is speaking of optimism and inspiration and giving your life a sense of vibrance. So I would think that emotion, for most people, when you're in the throes of love, whether it be new love or just, that everlasting love, those people that have been a long time into a relationship and still feel those butterflies and still have that romance in them. So when you're talking about that Queen of Wands, that sense of vibrance, that definitely speaks to your 2 of Cups. It's talking about that everlasting love, where that sense of partnership, that joy, that harmony between two people, where it really pulls you together. So The Queen of Wands is definitely talking about that. So your action is definitely speaking to your emotion in this case. And now, if you look at the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Wands is referring to knowing how to balance your work or your professional life and your personal life. So if we're talking about having romance here and a partnership, oftentimes what goes wrong for a couple is when you don't know how to balance your work and your home life, where work becomes, and sometimes it is for material gain, it's for what you can provide for your family, for what you can provide for those you love, but that's not always the most important thing. So I think, Virgo, what that Ten of Wands is saying to you in regard to your other cards is that you need to make sure you take time for those you love. Don't take for granted that because you live together, that they know you enjoy time with them, that they know that you even love them. Just because you're family, oftentimes we do that. We take for granted what we don't really know, and sometimes that does gnaw at you, it bothers you. So especially if your relationship isn't the same as it has been. I think for families that happens as children grow older and start having their own interests. But in this case, Virgo, I think it's just reminding you in general, you might have been working too hard recently. You are very, very, very meticulous, and you're very practical. So it's easy for you to fall into that work trap, but you don't want to do that. You want to make sure you have time for those you love and to make sure that they feel important in your life and that they feel loved. So just make sure that you're doing that, and then with that sense of vibrance that this relationship is giving you, that strength that it gives you, it's very necessary for you to have a successful and comfortable life. So just balance. I think this with the two and the balance of the Two of Cups, the balance of the two action cards on either side. I think this is a week for you, Virgo, to really concentrate on balance of home and work life and love and professionalism. That's what I'm seeing for you. And hello to you, Aries. And let's see what Spirit is saying for you today. We are starting with the Ten of Pentacles, so some money starting out your weekend, Aries. And then we have the Page of Swords, and we have Temperance. So in your little 3-card reading, you do have a power card, Temperance, and a very nice one at that. And definitely with your very impulsive nature and that excitable demeanor that you have, having Temperance in your reading this weekend is really good, because literally she is going to temper you. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go back to the beginning here. Let's look at your Pentacles. So with the Ten of Pentacles, we are talking about home and family and stability, but financial security. So from what you have been raised with, your past, your history within your family with money, those things are what the Ten of Pentacles is referring to. So not just an inheritance, which is the most basic of the ways to go into Pentacles with the tarot, but in this case we're talking about more than just financial. There are many things that people consider wealth, or that people consider as something of worth. So we're talking about what that brings to you. And I think in this case, we are definitely talking about family, but how you deal with money, how your family has dealt with, things that are accomplished with money. So I'm a bargain shopper. I love bargain shopping. My dad taught me that. My dad was a big bargain shopper. So that would be part of my Ten of Pentacles. So Aries, that's what we're talking about. Something like that. Not just necessarily money or material gain. Like something that is truly priceless. With the Page of Swords is talking about how you perceive things, your sense of perception, and using your intelligence. Being willing to learn something, possibly something brand new, and then being able to impart that information diplomatically. So being open to learning something new, that's hard for a lot of people. So in this case, Aries, we're saying that this weekend, you're going to be really open to new things, learning a new skill, and possibly that could be something that is tied in with your Ten of Pentacles, where it's something that a trait that you have from your family, from your lineage, from how you grew up, that's going to inspire you to do something new and probably be very good at it. So definitely a weekend to try that. And then with temperance, we know that temperance is referring to balance and fusion, compromise, teamwork, being able to work with someone well. And it also links with Sagittarius. So those Sagittariuses in your life might come in handy with this, and possibly even lead you to that Page of Swords, where you're going to have the opportunity to learn something new, something of interest to you. And that's what I'm seeing for you, Aries. And hello to you, Taurus. Let's see what Spirit is saying for you this weekend. So we have the Three of Wands. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. Very nice power card. So with your 3 cards, very nice to have the power card in there. And the Wheel of Fortune is speaking to that cyclical way that life just rolls along, just things that are almost expected, and definitely positive expectations, being able to roll with it, per se, Taurus. So with your nature being one of mostly very practical and constant things, having the Wheel of Fortune in your reading is, I feel like it's saying to me that you are going to be called upon to go a little bit against your nature. That constant for you is probably not going to be as constant as normal. I feel like you are going to be challenged. Something is going to be put forward to you, something is going to be presented to you, and it's going to go against your nature to deal with it. But as we say, positive forward motion. And most often when we interpret the Wheel of Fortune, we're talking about you, Taurus, being in the center of it. So you're in the center, being able to just go with the flow, basically. And so something new, not necessarily exciting for you, but usually the Wheel of Fortune is talking about very positive changes, very positive forward movement. So yes, this is probably going to be something that you're going to enjoy, but I'm betting it's going to be something that you really never thought you would ever do, or trying something completely out of your comfort zone, but being very pleased with yourself that you did and having a good time doing it. So let's look at your action card. With your Three of Wands, the Three of Wands is talking about initiative paying off and being able to solve problems creatively. So here I'm thinking it might even be a situation, not so much an activity or something like that that's going to challenge you with this Wheel of Fortune. It's going to be, that Three of Wands is making me think it might be something that has been an issue for you, a problem that you've had, and now you're going to be successful in overcoming that. You're going to be able to look at it from a different perspective and work through it. Then you have your Knight of Pentacles. And with your Knight of Pentacles, we are talking about good luck on the horizon for business or money, and being in that position because of past efforts. So definitely looking good for you this week financially as well. So that could possibly be that comfort zone that you're going to be exiting, that opportunity or that situation, or that's what's going to be happening for you, something that is going to bring you into a new opportunity, or something that's going to be able to increase your abundance materially. That's what it's looking like, and that definitely appeals to your nature, Taurus. And hello, Sagittarius, and let's see what Spirit is saying for you this weekend. We are starting with the King of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and Strength. So very nice power card you have there. And you're starting out with a powerful card from the Pentacles suit. You're starting out with the King of Pentacles. So let's go ahead and look at the King of Pentacles. And we're talking about economic power and just being able to really get things done. Your plans are realized. The goals that you have are being met. You are making some very good choices for your financial future. And then you're also, I see that you could possibly be seeking out some expert advice from people that have knowledge of real estate or something else that's a strong financial opportunity, financial situation. So possibly purchasing a home, or maybe looking into financial planning, like for your future, like your senior years. So I'm seeing with that King of Pentacles that it's something that's involving planning, something that is going to definitely secure your financial or your economic stability. So you're going to be doing something really responsible this week in Sagittarius, being a big, strong, smart grown-up, and good for you. And then we have the Five of Cups. Now with the Five of Cups, we're talking about releasing old emotions and old feelings about something so that you can have a new perspective. And I think that's kind of interesting that this emotional card, Sagittarius, it could also tie into the money, because I know for me and for a lot of people, that's where retail therapy comes from, right? You're feeling down in the dumps. You're feeling like you're not, even where you're not supposed to be, like you wish you were somewhere else in your life. You didn't think that you would be doing this at this age, something along those lines. But when you shop, especially if you buy something that you really want, not just shop to shop, but buy something that you really want, that makes me feel better. I think it makes a lot of people feel better. So I'm seeing that Five of Cups and that King of Pentacles kind of talking to each other like that. Like you have to avoid retail therapy. Retail therapy and not being, actually letting your emotions control your checkbook. Probably not a great idea. Your mind should have a lot more to do with that. Your intuition might kick in there, but you definitely don't want to be an emotional spender. Not a good idea, and it certainly won't enforce that King of Pentacles that you have going on there. And then last but not least, we have strength. And this strength in the tarot, the way it's depicted even, is saying that you have that inner power. You have that wisdom, that know-how to back you up, to give you that type of strength, so that it isn't technically the brute strength, but it's your strength of character, your heart, that is putting you in control and giving you that power. So I think that is just reinforcing that King of Pentacles, saying that you are strong enough to change your emotional need to spend, and it will make you more financially well off, obviously. And that's what I'm seeing for you. Hello, Leo. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And let us see what Spirit is saying for you. And look at what a card to start this weekend with, the World. Very nice power card. Then we have the Six of Swords, and we have the Chariot. So, Leo, you have power cards starting and ending your reading. So Spirit is definitely talking to you this weekend. So saying that just from the very beginning that you're going to have a very strong sense of accomplishment. You are going to be the receiver of some material gains, ones that will bring you joy, ones that will make you very happy, but possibly something that is something you've been working toward. It was a goal. It was something that you had been working on, and now you're being rewarded for that. So the world is saying that yes, that reward, what you have been working toward, is definitely yours this weekend, Leo, and that you're definitely going to feel appreciated. Then let's look at your Six of Swords, because the fact that you have that balance, those two power cards, I really want to follow through and see what the cards are saying, like 1, 2, 3. So with that Six of Swords, it's saying that a journey might be involved, and that is so cool because, okay, we're pulling the Chariot right in there. So what I say, we're gonna lay off. We're going to read that card last, and that Six of Swords is pulling it right in there together. So the Chariot is also in regard to travel or going from A to B, definitely. So, but with the Six of Swords actually mentioning a journey, I'm thinking, Leo, that this weekend is going to call for you to be out of town. You're going somewhere. With that challenge card, your Six of Swords, that's saying that you are heading for steady progress and that you want this improvement in your life. And like I said, starting out with such a positive, just joy-filled card, that the Six of Swords saying that you are feeling like you want to have like you feel like you want to have that sense of peace restored, and just like you are moving forward in your life, that steady progress. So definitely a good change is coming for you, Leo. Then we have the Chariot, another power card. And with the Chariot, we are actually talking about travel. We are talking about willpower. So wanting to change something and actually being in a different physical area, being somewhere different that is causing a change for you. So it sounds like it's going to be something big. It's not just going to be just a trip for the sake of a trip. It's going to be a trip that possibly could be life-changing for you, Leo. So if you get the opportunity to travel this weekend, even if it's unexpected, you should take that opportunity, because the World and the Chariot are definitely saying, and your Six of Swords, all of your cards are saying that travel will probably be necessary for a really positive outcome. Hello to you, Aquarius. Thank you for tuning in, and let's see what Spirit is saying for you. So we are starting with the Five of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Moon. So ending with a nice, strong power card. So you have lots of action this weekend, obviously. With your three cards, we still just have the two, and they are action. So starting with your Five of Wands, the Five of Wands is talking about taking some time to regroup, definitely pulling some other people into the situation to help figure something out. It's something that you really haven't wanted to include anyone else in, Aquarius, but you need to seek out some other people. So when you're taking this time to regroup, it is going to give you that opportunity to bring other people into the mix, other people into the situation, what you want or what you need. So it's probably going to be people that you don't normally work with, or people that you don't work with all together well. So it's going to require some real strength on your part, some real just really realizing that you're probably going to have some headbutting. You're probably going to be having some difficulties working with these people, but you will need to do it. For a good, positive outcome, being able to work with these folks is going to be important to you, Aquarius. Then we have your King of Wands. And the King of Wands is referring to your natural ability to lead. That's coming out in you this weekend, Aquarius. So you are going to have to really tap into that natural leadership, that sense of compassion, that sense of vision, and the really strong vein of leadership that runs within you in order to resolve this. So that's saying right here, it's talking to the Five of Wands, where the Five of Wands was saying it's going to be a struggle to coordinate with these people. It's going to be some work. It's going to be an effort, but your natural leadership is going to kick in for you, and it's going to help you out. So don't get too discouraged. And that sense of intuition, that strong intuition that's just innately built into you, that will help you as well. So Aquarius, don't give up. You're going to have that strength, and that natural leadership will be taken seriously finally, and you will be able to work with these people. Now, the Moon. With the Moon, we're talking about visions and being a visionary as well. So with the King of Wands, also does speak of that vision that a leader has, a natural leader has. Well, the Moon is also saying that that's going to be on your side, and trusting in your intuition. So being a very intuitive being, it's going to be a struggle, but it's definitely going to be worthwhile. It is going to turn out well for you, and you will be in control. Just if nothing else, enough for you to get this accomplished this weekend. So stay strong, Aquarius. Hello, Gemini. Thanks for stopping by, and let's see what Spirit has to say for you this weekend. So we are looking at Judgment, starting off with the Power card, the Six of Cups, an emotion, and the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords being your challenge. So starting off with your Power card, it is demanding that attention. It's number one in your reading. So let's go ahead and look at Judgment. And now Judgment, it is like a ruling, and you have you see your little hourglass telling you that you are measuring time. You are looking at a specific period of time. So I'm thinking in this one, especially because it's for the weekend, it's your recent past, something that's happened recently. That's what we're looking at. So you're actually doing some self-analysis, you're evaluating your past behavior, seeing what can be used for future success, but definitely scrutinizing yourself. You're taking a look at what you've been doing lately, Gemini. So this is a weekend kind of self-reflection. I see that happening. Definitely self-reflection, wondering about actions in the recent past. So the Six of Cups, your emotional card, is talking about your childhood, things that make you think of your past, and wanting to use those as positive tools for your current time, for what you're doing right now. So saying that Judgment is for your recent past, and your Six of Cups is talking about your not so recent past. I'm thinking that those two worlds might be coming together. Those two things might be meeting now. And so you're presented with something this weekend that is going to remind you of your past, but right here in the present, and something that's going to make you take stock of who you are, of where you come from, and your recent behavior. I'm thinking it's going to be something very similar to something you have done in the past. So those who don't remember the past are doomed to repeat it. That's not a saying for nothing. So Gemini, something from your past might be rearing its ugly head, is what I'm thinking. Something that you thought you would never do again, or an opportunity you never thought you'd have again. And so I don't want to make that a negative thing, because it's things that usually brought you joy, your childhood, things that make you nostalgic. So just saying that it's going to be something that almost like a sense of deja vu. This has happened to me before. I reacted pretty much the same way I did then, and then you might have some call to reevaluate that. Why did I react the same way I did then? Things along that line. And then with your Three of Swords, the Three of Swords is talking about a sense of resignation, getting trapped in some negative thinking. So, okay, so I was getting that feeling it might be something that, perhaps you thought you'd react differently. So you did think that you would react differently, and you haven't. So don't give in to that. Definitely make sure that you keep a positive attitude and a positive outlook, and just realize that you're only human, and, perhaps the next time you'll have the opportunity to behave or react differently. Or if you like the way that you reacted, then be proud of yourself. But something from your past is going to be happening for you this weekend. And hello to you, my fellow Libras. Thank you for checking in. And now let's see what Spirit has to say for you. We are starting off with some money with the Six of Pentacles. We have the Tower. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. So that is an unusual setup right there. We have Pentacles on either side and the Tower in the center. So we're talking about money, but with that Ace of Pentacles, that's good news about money. We are with the Ace, the strongest card in this suit. So we are definitely talking about good money. But what's the Tower talking about? Because we know that the Tower usually represents some things that are going to be happening that are usually very turbulent, something you're not expecting, something that's not necessarily pleasant. So in that case, let's look at your six. Let's start with your Six of Pentacles. And that's actually the card that's talking about having a situation where you are involved in an interaction with someone that is financially beneficial, or materially beneficial, but definitely a situation where the two of you are very happy to have had the exchange, and that you feel all the better for it. And with the Ace of Pentacles, we're talking about money and material success and prosperity, and definitely a very strong sense of abundance. So then where does the Tower fit in? So with that, I would say that your sense of turbulence may have been recent money problems, and they are coming to an end for you this weekend, Libra. So you may have felt like all was lost. You weren't going to be able to figure this out. And now, lo and behold, that Tower it is right there in the middle for you. So it's saying that you have been through quite an ordeal. You have been through something financially, and now you're not involved with that anymore. You are coming out of it in the end with very strong financial security, material success, a strong sense of abundance. So that Ace of Pentacles that's really giving me the feeling, Libra, like your Tower already happened or has already been ongoing, and now that's kind of coming to an end. This weekend is going to see some finality for it and see a huge upswing financially. So, I don't know, something pretty big for it to be the Tower, like maybe a student loan or a loan for a car or trying to get money for a home. Something along those lines. A really big financial thing has been happening with you, and now you are going to be on the upswing financially. So that is really good news, Libra. I hope that whatever you've been trying to accomplish does happen for you. And hello, Cancer. Thank you for stopping by. And let's see what Spirit has to say for you. So with the King of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. So with the King of Cups, we're talking about being very grateful for the things that you have, a strong sense of emotion, and that sense of strong abundance. Like everything is coming up roses. A really good weekend for you, Cancer. So who wouldn't want that, right? But with your very caring and kind of possessive nature, it's kind of nice to know that something along that emotional abundance is going to be happening for you this week. It's going to be something that you are really going to cherish, and something that's going to really make you feel loved and have that sense of emotional abundance. Very strong. So, but you also have these money cards. You have the Four and the Nine of Pentacles. With the Four of Pentacles, we are talking about economic stability and feeling like you are on the right track, and being more responsible and being more reserved when it comes to finances, even if that means kind of reining yourself in the social realm. But because you have that King of Cups, I'm thinking, Cancer, that's saying that you are going to be more family oriented, more stay at home, like family game night, as opposed to taking everyone out for miniature golf. Being okay, having a movie night, having a couple of friends over, making your own popcorn instead of spending a week's pay on popcorn and a soda. So just saying that cohesive unit. So your money in this case is talking about being a more cohesive unit and spending time and not money. So definitely talking to each other about being more financially responsible, and also being more family oriented and more community related. Like you want to be around your family, you want to be around your friends, and it's going to benefit you in just about every possible way. And then we have your Nine of Pentacles. With the Nine of Pentacles, it's talking about good luck and prosperity and just very comfortable in your skin. And that's weird that it would be a money card saying that, but it's the sense of comfort that you will have because of your financial stability. So a really good week for you financially, a really good weekend for time with your family and your friends, but in a different way, where you are learning the value of being at home, the value of being together, and in a much less expensive arena. So good for you, Cancer. I love game night. Hi, Pisces. Thanks for stopping by. And now let's see what Spirit is saying for you this weekend. So we are starting with the Seven of Wands. We have the Eight of Cups. And we have the Two of Wands. So we have that nice balance of your action on either side of your emotional cards. We have that succession, the 7 and 8. So some good stuff going on there. So we have the Seven of Wands starting your reading. And that's saying there's going to be some competition for you this weekend, Pisces. And so the sensitivity that your sign possesses, knowing that this is going to be a weekend where you are going to be presented with some serious competition, make sure that you keep that in check. Don't let your self-sacrificing nature make you want to feel like you should maybe take it easy on whoever else is involved in this. That's not necessary. You can have that competition going. You can be a worthy adversary. So you can still achieve success even though you feel like you don't want to you don't want to be a bully. You don't want to be that guy or that girl. But it's okay. Healthy competition is good for everyone. So Pisces, if you find yourself in a position where you have some real competition coming up, fight for that. If you want it, get it. And then we have your Eight of Cups. With the Eight of Cups, we're talking about a turning point for you, some decision that is going to make things better. A decision that you... I'm kind of feeling like it might be presented to you this weekend, Pisces, something along the lines of your Seven of Wands. So it's something that you do want, something you're going to have to compete for, but it's something that you have a lot of worth is involved in it for you. So you should never doubt your ability to become more enlightened, to become more in tune with your spiritual self. So it sounds like that, along with your Seven of Wands, saying that you are going to be in that sense of competition, being really sure of yourself, that self-confidence that's coming with your Eight of Cups, that's going to be very useful for you and probably make it even easier to be a very strong competitor this weekend. And then with the Two of Wands, we're talking about decisions, again, being able to do that, do what you need to do with the decision making, but it's going to come from a very stable spot. You're going to feel very almost like you are not an expert, but you definitely feel comfortable in your decisions and how you handle the situations arising for you, and that you will have a reliable partner to help you with that. So pulling your emotion in again there. So definitely look out for that opportunity, Pisces, and know that you will have someone at your side that's going to be able to help you accomplish it. Hello to you, Scorpio. Welcome, and thank you for checking in. And let's see what Spirit is saying for you this weekend. So we are starting with the Ace of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Emperor. So some strength. I'm feeling big time strength and power in your reading, Scorpio. So that intense nature that you have, and very almost like you can see what exactly is going on, like you have X-ray vision. It's going to tune in this weekend, Scorpio, so you are going to be able to see through steel. So with that Ace of Wands, we're talking about inspiration and the potential for new beginnings. Just open to expansion and growth. So a very, very powerful action card. It is the Ace. So your action is going to be ready and willing. You are going to be up for whatever challenges brought to you this weekend. And then with your challenge card, that King of Swords, well, the King of Swords is talking about being able to really understand a complex situation. This would be a good weekend for you to actually tackle some more official things. Oddly enough, you will have a strong understanding of them. So hopefully that kind of sticks with you and you go throughout your week with that kind of knowledge and understanding. But it's definitely going to peak for you this weekend. So, and then with that strong action card, so you're also going to be able to use it for your advantage. So then we have the Emperor. And with the Emperor, we are talking about leadership and structure, and self-discipline. You might need to rein yourself in a little bit this weekend, but because you have that strong action is calling you to really be boisterous, to be in the thick of it. So with that Emperor talking about the self-discipline, again, I think it's going to help you with that ability to be more seen. You're going to be seen, and so your actions will be witnessed. So being on your A game with how you behave, how you perceived, what you say, how you act, all of those things are going to come into play for you this weekend. So definitely make sure you're paying attention. If you have someone in your life that is that Emperor, someone who is like a father figure to you, someone whose advice you trust, someone who you would definitely listen to in just about any arena, you need to be listening to that person this weekend in particular, especially because of all these things that are going on. Something's telling me that you're going to be called to kind of prove yourself. You are going to feel strongly about something and be called upon to really defend it and put your money where your mouth is. So Scorpio, be ready to do that. Thank you for joining me, and I want to invite you to join me for your weekly reading airing this Sunday. And as always, essentially, we all have a divine purpose. Embrace the universe and live your dream. Until next week, here's wishing you health, prosperity, and positive relationships. Farewell to you all.